actually reacting to the trailer to see if it was as bad or gave an inkling of as how bad that Snow White was actually going to be. Hey everybody, welcome to Kibby and Cora Reacts. I am Kibby Rose.
I am Cora.
And we are reacting to the Snow White trailer. And here's the thing, both Cora and I have seen Snow White, but we've never seen the trailer. If you haven't seen my review on it, I'm going to be posting it again soon. But oh yeah. What's your official opinion on it?
I want that time of my life back. I watched it differently, you know. So that's the thing. I had a chance to go to see it for free in theaters, but that ticket still counts towards Disney and Snow White. I'm not giving Rachel Zegler my money.
Just so you know, Rachel Zegler already got paid. So you're fine.
I don't know. She don't need any more.
She's not getting any more. Haven't you heard what happened with Evita?
Exactly.
Just think, when you're a problem on set of one film, it translates to being a problem on a set of another one.
Right?
And trust me, didn't I say there's no way that she's going to make it in Broadway because they put up with it even less than the Hollywood people do?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you got to think, like, you've probably done plays. I've done plays. You know what it's like. You go in, you got, like, we had, like,
my mother,
I
didn't just do plays. I lived and dealt with the director.
Yeah. See, you spend all this time doing for a 3-day show, everything has to be proper and everything. It ain't time for no egos.
No,
it's time to get everything right, everything proper, everything together. We work as a team together.
We work as a team because the only way to finish the product is to work as a team.
Yeah.
And what I understand, Zegler thinks she's a team player, but it's team me, myself, and I. But what do we expect from somebody who's going to alienate half of the population to not go see her movies? If there's anybody who's been a perfect example of, fuck around and find out, it has been our Miss Rachel Zegler this year. So
yes.
As we were saying, we have both already seen the movies and already obviously formulated our opinions on the movies. We hadn't seen the trailer yet. I'm curious to see if they gave an inkling of how bad it actually was. I'm wondering if Rachel's jaw is as protruded in the trailer as it was in the movie. I have to say, did you see the meme of the girl that literally making fun where the jaw? And I was just, it's a crack up. And I thought I was the only one that noticed it, but
people started noticing it. And then they did those memes with, voiceovers with, say, from the movie. I don't remember what movies. I don't know. One was Forrest Gump. I do know that. They had Rachel Zegler lip syncing to that. See, that's the only time I clicked on the trailer was to see the comments.
And there's somebody who actually made an entire song.
I've seen it. They made a couple.
I think there was 3 or 4. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready. So Gal Gadot is a queen.
Gal Gadot as the queen. I don't know why everybody is so much crap about her acting or whatever during this movie. It's kind of like dance. You can only work with what they give you. And I thought she did phenomenal with what she had to work with.
She did, but the thing is, though, she's even mad because they didn't even pick her best shots.
No, they didn't. And they didn't pick Rachel Zegler's either. I don't know. Did the editors just go out of their way to find the worst pieces?
That's the thing, though, too, because she's got that Lord Farquaad haircut, right? And she posted around the time that Snow White came out of her with a 1930s hairstyle. Whoever did her hair that day should have done her hair for the movie.
Exactly, because it was a completely different hairstyle when they posted the promotional stuff versus what actually showed up in the movie. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I wonder if the hairstylist wanted too much, and so they decided to go with the low budget one.
Right.
And that's what I'm starting to wonder. I'm like, did they go low budget on a lot of this stuff because they needed to spend so much on AI?
They would have been better off hiring little actors and using AI or whatever, or not AI, but CG for facial expressions and stuff like the way they did.
The little details. That's not how it was in the movie. That's not the same scene. That is not the same scene. In the movie, Gal Gadot lowers her chin when she says opinionated.
So they changed that shot too.
That's not the same shot.
They changed that shot.
They made her look meaner. They made her do opinionated in the movie.
Well,
Her
they
jaw
tried.
doesn't drop- yeah, her jaw doesn't drop here. So they that must be one of the parts that they made them refilm. Isn't this scene the one that Rachel Zegler talked the most about saying that they had to film so many times?
I don't remember.
Right? I think the queen looking like this, where she actually looks kind of nice about it, is actually even more evil.
Yeah, and see, that's the one. That's the shot they probably should have picked. That's probably one of the shots she was pissed off about.
Because to me, this shot looks like she really doesn't seem to get what she's doing to the people. And that, to me, makes her even more evil than if she was doing it on purpose.
Right. So that's probably the shot that should have been left in the movie instead of the one they used for the movie.
That's probably one of the shots that Gal Gadot is complaining about.
Did they hire a ton of monkeys for this? Like, sorry.
Chimpanzees would have been better. I know Barnum and Bailey is going out of business, but Disney didn't have to hire the leftover monkeys. When the hell did she ever hand him bread in the movie?
I think I remember.
Did I go to the bathroom during that part?
You might have gone to the bathroom during that part, because I do think I remember handing him bread because he had snuck into the castle to steal food because he was starving and the rest of the bandits were starving. The rest of the 7 dirty hippies were starving.
Hey, you know what?
What?
My insult to that. I am a stoner. I am a modern day hippie. I do not look like any of those bandits.
No, you do not.
Right. But I can say, looking at that band of musketeers, it definitely seemed like they'd smell like patchouli.
Right.
You could just smell the patchouli coming through the screen. It's like, oh, I know what that smells like.
It's so messed up too. It's so messed up too, because they didn't hire little people, but then again they hired 2 little people. There's 2 little people that could have gone for the 7 dwarfs, because there was one that played Grumpy, and then there was one of the bandits.
They could have done what they did in Charlie or in the Chocolate Factory, where they took one little person and made him play 7 different characters.
Right.
That shit.
Right, but they couldn't even do that. That's the thing, though. They couldn't even do that for the latest Charlie, the Willy Wonka in the Factory, whatever one it is.
It's like, how have we gone backwards in technology when we've gone so far forwards?
I don't know.
Is that making sense? Like, it seems like in like movie technology and CG and AI and all that, it seems like for some reason since like Lion King and Toy Story, we have gone so far backwards since those quality of movies that it's like, what the hell am I looking at this screen in front of me?
Right.
Not only that, but this is fuzzy.
Yeah.
This isn't even clear. This is blurry as hell. The only thing that's clear is like the center of her face. The T-zone is like the only part on the screen that's clear. I complained in season 1 of Dance Moms that they couldn't get clear shots. That was season 1 of Dance Moms.
And on top of that, that was reality TV.
Right.
This right here is not reality TV. This is
a $500 million movie.
Possibly more.
Possibly more.
That's the estimated. We won't know until tax time next year how much it really costs.
But this is does this look at this. Look at this.
That does not look like
$500 million, dude. Hand me $3 million, and I could do better on my Pro.
I hate to be that person, but compare it to Wicked. Wicked didn't use green screen mostly; they mostly used blue screen, and it made things.
Compare it to 1992's Lion King.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, because didn't they use CG?
Yes,
with smoke and stuff. Yeah, it looks so much better than this.
What the hell happened? We've advanced. We've gone. We've succeeded forward 30 years, but somehow fell backwards.
We fell backwards like.
Oh my god. Okay.
80 years. I don't know.
Not even 80 years. I'm sorry, but Disney, they had clear movies back when they were doing silent movie eras.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the footage was still clear.
Look at Steamboat Willie.
Look at Newsies. If we want to compare a Disney movie to a Disney movie that's live action or whatever from back in the day, let's compare Newsies to this.
Yeah.
The music isn't even as good.
It's generic. Like, because the whole Princess Prom thing is do-do-do-do. That is a generic classical song.
And I've said it 100 times and I'll say it again. If they had taken this story and this thought of making a modern day princess and actually created a whole new storyline about a modern day princess, it would have done phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal. If they had where the princess was on a back of a motorbike with her fucking gown flowing in the bears, they could have blown this character out of the freaking park, where she was a kung fu samurai, motorcycle riding, badass that also wore gorgeous gowns and knew how to dress to the T, and was sophisticated and royal. They could have blown it out of the park. They really could have, but instead they decided to take the one thing that created Disney from scratch, that his wife basically bet the rest of their fucking life on, and literally destroyed it using $500 million.
Yeah.
How far backwards can you go?
I don't think you can go any more far backwards than that, besides go for bankruptcy.
Anyway.
Lilo and Stitch might turn it around.
I can go to Michael's and the Dollar Tree store and come up with better foliage than this.
Yeah.
If they're going to spend so much money on the CGI of the animals, we might want to make it not look like AstroTurf.
And with the woods and everything, do you know how much woods are out here in America?
And look at that tree. You can totally tell it's fabric. It's paper mache. There's no texture on that tree. It is paper mache. Like, what is this? Like, half of this stuff is like cheap $5 graphic purchases. And what are these floating lantern things? They're not attached to anything.
Oh, man.
Like, what? I don't understand this. And
I don't either.
What is this thing up on this branch supposed to be? Because that's sure as heck not a bird. And that barely looks like a squirrel. I'm sorry, but what is this? What am I looking at right here? AstroTurf? I know people that have spent a year in school and can come up with a better picture than this.
Yeah.
I watch guys in competitions, CGI building competitions, who can make better pictures than this in 10 minutes. What is this?
My first grader could create a habitat box for you, and it would look better than that.
I think stuff in Minecraft made better than this. I don't even play video games, and I know there's stuff better than this. Anyway, okay.
Yes.
That looks like a stone turtle that you buy at Walmart.
Pretty much.
I see those figurines at the Dollar Tree with the same kind of grass.
So you can create your own Snow White trailer movie by just going to Michael's and going to Goodwill.
I challenge somebody to recreate the Snow White trailer using Dollar Tree merchandise. You know they sell that grass.
It looks like that moss stuff you just go buy at Walmart.
But what forest looks like that?
Not that.
What forest?
Not around here. Not around here.
Not in Virginia. Not in Washington. Not in California. I've been coast to coast. I've never seen a forest floor that looks that comfortable without twigs. And I mean, that's pretty darn clean with no leaves, no tree, no twigs. Wow.
See, I bet you it would have been cheaper to just go and get a permit to go film out in the woods for a day and then CGI the animals.
How much Rachel complained about the dress. You really think she was going to deal with heat and bugs?
Oh, yeah, that's true. She's a wuss. She's a Hollywood diva.
Are you kidding me? She already wanted extra pay for wearing that dress for 8 hours.
Girl, you need to shut your mouth because you're already getting $3 million.
I would have been so appreciative to be wearing a piece of history, a masterpiece created by somebody from somebody else's vision. Like, it's pretty obvious Rachel Zegler has no respect for fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. Or what goes into actually making a costume.
Like, and that's the thing. She got paid, I think they said $3 million. Give me $3 million. I'll go out and sit out in the woods for 2 days in that dress. $3 million. I'll go sit out in the woods for 2 days in that dress.
I'm sorry, but she has clown feet. The one thing I remember after her Whistle While You Work song is her last position and just how big her clown red clodhoppers were at the bottom of the screen, man. I remember thinking, whoa, I'm going to get kicked by those things. Size 12 clodhoppers for a girl that's 5'4"? Anyway.
Probably.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to pick on anybody. It's just, I wear a size 7.5 and I'm 5'11". And I often forget that I have tiny feet.
See, I don't. I probably have clown feet like her, but thing is, if you're using CGI, why couldn't they CGI her feet smaller?
Or if your feet are that big, don't put them in bright red clodhoppers.
Yeah.
Put them in black. Nobody would have noticed. It's not like she was Dorothy.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wait. They're silver now too, huh?
Yeah, they are. Well, in the original book, they said it was silver, but we're not talking about Wicked and Wizard of Oz today.
And the only reason that they changed it to red is because it was the Technicolor, and they really wanted to emphasize the Technicolor, and the red just shined.
It popped. Yes.
It looked great against the yellow on the screen. No, believe me, I know the original color was silver. Is she wet? Is her dress wet or just her hair?
I think it's her hair, because if you look at the yellow, it's not wet.
No, because, well, that's tulle. Tulle doesn't really...
But the rest of the dress should be wet if she's wet.
Dripping, at least. Like, she should have drips coming off of somewhere. See, like, why isn't this clear? Like, they spent this much money on CGI. Why is this out of focus? I'm also critiquing the trailer, and I got to remember that. I love how they have the animals commit breaking and entering. I'm like, what
wasn't her?
Know of that opens a door?
It wasn't her. It was the animals. That way she doesn't get in trouble.
Exactly. I thought it was a great way to kind of bypass the responsibility of I didn't do it.
They look horrible.
God, they do.
They look so horrible.
I'm going to rewind it a little bit because I don't think they look that bad. And this is going to be very controversial. I actually like them. I thought Dopey was so freaking cute.
Dopey was cute, but I have a British friend that says they all look like King Charles if you look at their faces.
Oh, God. You can't unsee it. No. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. You're so right.
She's the one that said it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know about Toby, but everybody else looks like King Charles. They're like, what do we do about the dwarves?
No, you know who Dopey looks like?
Who?
Harry.
He does. He does.
He looks like Harry.
What are we gonna do about these dwarves since, you know, they're not gonna be little people? I have an idea. Let's take the royal family. Let's take the king. Let's just copy his face, and then let's make Dopey look different. Harry. That's what they did. I guarantee that's what they did in the boardroom.
You do realize that the animation was done in the UK.
That's probably why then.
OMG.
We have the 6 King Charles and the 1 Harry.
We have the 6 personalities of King Charles plus his son.
I need water after that.
Cheers on that. Cheers. Sorry to the royal family.
Well, they started filming this when the Queen Elizabeth was still alive, so I think so. They've been filming since like 2021, I think. There was a big gap because
you're right, because it started talking about being released in 2023, and that's when all the backlash hit, and then they spent 2024.
Well, they were supposed to release it in March 2024, and then they changed it to March 2025.
That's hilarious. Oh, sorry. I'm allergic to bullshit.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Now that we're paused at 128,
yes,
they look even more like Prince Charles.
Yeah, see, I told you. Except for Dopey, and Dopey's not in the shot.
Except Dopey's not in the shot. It's like the multiple personalities of
King Charles.
King Charles.
He's bashful.
He's sleepy.
He's grumpy. He's Doc.
And he's Doc.
Probably if he ever wears glasses, he puts glasses on to read, and he looks like Doc.
Maybe his dad. Maybe his dad personality is Doc. Anyway,
maybe
she might want to be a ghost now.
After all that, yeah, you know, because we don't know how to keep our mouths shut.
Oh, wait, we gotta... Okay. Oh, God, we're horrible. Anyway. It was the jaw moment. We're gonna rewind a little bit to the jaw moment. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The girl I see. And also, I'm sorry, Rachel Zegler, but I don't know how you were gonna sing Aveda when you only have like a 2-octave range.
Oh, not as if she's even gonna end up doing the role after everything.
Yeah, and it just when I heard she got casted for that part, I was like, did they not hear her sing? She has like a 2-octave range.
I've heard the song before with my headphones on. She makes my head screech, and I'm gonna get a headache with her voice. I don't know what it is.
You know why? I can tell you why. Because
Why?
when she sings her high notes, she sings her high notes through her nose instead of up here through her falsetto. So that's why she doesn't have the depth to the high notes that you're supposed to have. She sings through her nose.
You're not supposed to sing through your
You're not
nose.
supposed to sing through your nose. If anything.
No.
Also, if you're going to hit a high note, the last position you're going to have your head in is like this. The higher note you hit, the lower you actually dip your chin because it opens up the back of your throat.
Yeah.
You go like this, you're actually closing off your vocal cords.
And making it harder to sing higher.
And it forces you up into your nose, which gives you that fake vibrato, which makes your people's inner ear vibrate.
And with her having to be professional, I guarantee they had her a voice teacher and stuff, and I guarantee she didn't listen to it because apparently she knows everything. I guarantee.
And I bet you they tried to have a vocal coach, because here's another thing. If you're singing like that, Mariah Carey will tell you this. Whitney Houston will tell you this.
Probably even Ariana Grande.
No, Ariana does not sing. This is what when you sing like that through your nose, you create lymph nodes on your vocal cords. You inevitably lose your voice completely. This is what happened to Mariah Carey. She had to stop talking and singing completely for 2 years in order to get her voice back.
So you're saying they did that?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about people who knew what they're doing, because that's why I said Ariana Grande.
No, well, these people who thought they knew what they were doing.
They didn't know
Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, but they wouldn't listen to vocal coaches. And instead of bringing their high notes into a choir or a opera, they wanted to stay with the hip hop. And inevitably, they ruined their vocal cords.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what's going to happen to her. So I guarantee you, they were having her work with the vocal coach because she was going to be singing for multiple nights in a row. She was going to not have a voice by the time they finished rehearsals.
Wasn't it supposed to be for a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
That she was supposed to be singing?
With the way she was singing, by the time the show went to go, she wouldn't have a voice because she was singing wrong. So I guarantee you that was part of the struggle behind the scenes in Evita, was the fact that they were trying to get her to sing properly, because the truth is she does have a beautiful voice. She just doesn't have a range.
She doesn't have a range. She doesn't use the proper techniques.
Right. Well, and that's why she doesn't have a range, because she hasn't been taught. It could be that she just was never taught the proper techniques and taught herself to sing. So she's going off of what she knows her voice can do. But in the long run, if you don't sing properly, you will damage your vocal cords. Yeah. This position to sing your high note is definitely a way to destroy your vocal cords.
See, in the first time I ever got into choir for middle school, I think it was middle school, if not, it was high school. But I took choir all those years. Is they make you lay down and feel your
diaphragm.
Your diaphragm. Yeah. This is how you're supposed to be breathing. Yep. Posture.
Into your top chest. You're supposed to talk. Oh yeah, there's a whole. My mom. Was adamant about teaching it when she taught choir. The first thing she taught middle schoolers was how to drop your jaw, how to widen, open up the back of your throat, how to use your diaphragm to push those higher notes. We were trained by Pavarotti, the opera singer. We had classes with him. So yeah, there are proper techniques and proper ways to sing. She's not using them. I don't remember the squirrel, but I still think the best costume out of this entire movie was Gal Gadot's cloak, the Queen's.
Gal Gadot, yes.
At the end, whoever the costume artist was that designed that, absolutely phenomenal.
If you look at her costume too, if you look at Gal Gadot's costume, it resembles the Queen in the original movie. Yep. And that's the kind of stuff they should have stuck to. Yeah, the Snow White dress was a little bit off, and I get they were trying to. They should have went with the short sleeves just like the original Snow White. That probably would have made a big difference. But Gal Gadot, they had that down, I thought, pretty well.
I'm showing it on the screen right now, and I thought they did a phenomenal job on her costume. Yeah, I loved how the fade from the blue to the green at the bottom, and her cloak. This cloak was just phenomenal. The stained glass effect that they did with it, visually, this was stunning. This kind of scene with this visual, this was stunning.
Yes.
With Gal Gadot, though, all the scenes just personally, just all the scenes with Rachel Zegler were just off. Like there's just something that were it was always just off.
And it might be too.
Like even this one. What is this face? This looks like she is a bratty 15-year-old that is about to open her mouth and give me some sass, and I'm gonna smack the shit out of her.
Exactly. It's
That's
just
what that look like to me. It's like
the whole, you need to spread a little bit of kindness.
That doesn't look like kindness.
No, and like when she even said that, it's like that is not what I feel. I just feel negative. It's
no, there's nothing about you that screams to me of kindness.
No.
Like, the whole movie, she felt like a bully trying to be nice, trying to take herself off as not being a bully, as being a nice person, the victim, and it's like, you're not that, but still, like even this face right here, the one I have on the screen right here, this does not look like an empowering moment face.
No.
Looks like a bratty 16-year-old
who's about ready to get her way.
Who's trying to get her way. Yep. Who's about to give you some lips, some sass, some mouth that you are literally probably going to end up backhanding her, taking away her car, taking away her. At this point, just looking at her, I'd be like, your car's gone, your phone's gone, your TV's gone, your internet privilege is gone. Go ahead and open your mouth.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Yeah. Like, the exact vibes I get.
And that's not what Snow White was. And like even here, even this shot where she's trying to look like, she doesn't look like she's in love.
No, and that's what I was going to bring up too, because like, I'm a romance writer. I know romance and stuff. I know how it's written and stuff. Yeah, you got to put that emotion in. There was no connection between them. You could tell he was trying. You can tell.
I honestly was like, you would have thought that Rachel was a lesbian with how hard he was trying, and she was just like, eh.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that game.
It's like, that's not how romances are supposed to be written.
Supposed to look in love in this moment. She looks like she wants to run. They both look scared out of their minds right here.
Yeah.
He looks like, God help me, I'm trying. I don't know what to do next. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And she's like, I am totally thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner on Sunday night with my kitty cat.
I was going to say, she has more of an expression that looks like, do I have to do this scene with a man? I don't need no man. No, why do I need a man?
This face, she's not even in the scene. She is like, so Sunday night, I'm going to have the pot roast with I think that's what the kitty cats will like, with the brown gravy. That's what that face is. That is, what am I going to eat for dinner on Sunday night? Not I'm at all acting in any sort of movie right now.
No.
And then say I swear to God, every time we click to a new scene, it's the same face.
Yes.
It's the same expression. It hasn't changed. I think her mole moved. I swear her mole was closer to her lip. It's the same face.
It is. Yes, it is.
And does she have any arch to her eyebrows at all? Or is it just like,
I don't know. That's too far for me to see.
Or did they do that on purpose? Because right now you're supposed to be giving that look of like grimace. Too much Botox?
Yeah, I don't think she has much of an arch. I don't know.
It just seems like every time I click on a scene to look at, it's the same face.
It's the same face.
It's the same face.
It's like, I'm just getting paid for this. I'm just going to be here because I'm getting paid for this. I don't give a crap about Snow White, and then I don't give two shits about being saved by a man. What?
We do have a little bit of a facial expression here. A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit.
That's just my opinion. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe and ring that bell for future notifications. Future uploads are Tuesdays and Thursdays, and thank you for watching Kibby and Cora Reacts.